Okay, thanks, guys.
Good luck.
Thanks for the phone call. 529-1450 is the phone number, 529-1450. Let's quickly run through the injuries at wide receiver. None that I could see significant. A lot of guys popped up on the injury report as usual. Coles and Cottry, Marshall, Welker, Bolden, Avery, TJ. All those guys are probable, though. Anyone?
There's two guys I know of who might be a play in leagues. One is Anthony Gonzalez, who's a game-time decision for the Colts, and Mark Bradley is out. He's been pretty popular the last 4 or 5 weeks for Kansas City. Mm-hmm. He is out.
Ooh. I did not know that.
That's it for what, but like you said, everything else, everyone's probable.
That's what we pay Mark the big peanuts for right there. That's what it's all about. 529-1450 is the phone number. Good morning. You're on Fantasy Football 101.
Yeah, I have two for you guys.
All right.
Running back, I have to sit one of these guys. Frank Gore, Steven Jackson, or Larry Johnson.
Nice.
And at receiver, I have to sit one of these four. Steve Smith, Calvin Johnson, Andre Johnson, and Colston. Thanks.
Oh, my goodness. Man, oh, man, this guy's got some tough choices here.
Well, he's in the playoffs.
I tell you, as far as the running back, boy, oh, boy,
You said out of those three. I like Steven Jackson this week.
I do, too. I'd almost be tempted to sit Gore, and even though it's terrible to say that, I can't sit LJ because we've been singing his praises, and I really like him this week. The receiver end of it, Colston, I would have said, but he ends up having a nice week last week. I don't know.
I say Steve Smith out of the receivers. That Tampa Bay matchup is a tough draw.
Yeah.
Jake Delhomme has disappeared completely a few times this year, and if he does that this week, that could knock you out of the playoffs. Whereas the other three guys, we already talked about Calvin Johnson. You know Andre Johnson's a must-start, and Colston seems to be back in form, playing against like a 23rd ranked Atlanta pass defense in a game that New Orleans has to win. I think that you have to sit Steve Smith, even though
You make a great point with Delhomme. He's probably cost who knows how many owners a chance to get in the fantasy playoffs. He has really stunk it up lately. So, yeah, I think you make a good point with Smith.
And Frank Gore out of the running backs probably has the worst matchup. I mean, that Jets defense is tough on the ground.
Yeah, on the ground.
Pass on them all day, but
as you'll hear later.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for the studs, duds, and sleepers. A little foreshadowing there. I agree. You have to sit Gore, even though Jackson has been inconsistent this year. He does have a pretty decent matchup, and like we've been talking off air, he might have a decent game against Arizona out in Arizona. His thigh injury might be loosened up out in that nice weather out there. And, yeah, Smith, I think, hands down, is the one you sit at wide receiver. Let's take another phone call, 529-1450, or not. We have another one? No? All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back, run through some other injuries. Oh, one more at wide receiver I missed. Plaxico, he won't be able to play this week.
Wait, what happened?
He shot himself, so he's
man,
he's done for the season.
Sounds painful.
All right, we'll be right back. You're listening to Fantasy Football 101 on Sports Radio 1450.
There's no talk of lemons at Green Hyundai Certified.